The David situation has been one of the craziest and most talked about scandals to hit the internet in recent years. Everyone's scrolling, gossiping, and debating, but behind all the chaos, there's a deeper story that's been quietly unfolding for a long time. While headlines exploded after the recent news, the truth is that some people were already seeing red flags long before anyone else paid attention. While we've all been led to believe he's innocent, new information now suggests otherwise. Turns out Celeste had posted from her Discord account that she was pregnant shortly before she disappeared. Now, while the narrative has been that David is innocent because he wasn't physically present when she died, this could have been a strong motive to make her disappear. David's friends have actually started coming forward with their own stories and receipts against him, and here's the thing, while some people are finally speaking up, it's also obvious that a few voices have been shut down along the way. This isn't one of those scandals that popped up overnight. No, this has been bubbling under the surface for a while. A few people have already tried to call David out before. One of them was a music artist who went by the name Ingleezy. He wasn't new to this either. He had been calling David out as far back as 2023. His tweets were blunt, things like, "David, what the man?" and even been trying to expose David since 2023. People might have brushed it off at the time, but he wasn't just throwing random accusations. He actually came with receipts.
That had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them or, doing inappropriate things with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of for it. It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023.
He shared Discord screenshots that were, well, let's just say disturbing. In one chat, someone straight up said David only adds underage girls, basically confirming he was stalking online spaces for underage girls. And Ingleezy didn't sugarcoat it either. He replied, "Yes, for real," and added that a lot of the girls David kept around were 15 or 16. And here's the crazy part, all of this was going down in 2023, when David himself might not have even hit 18 yet. But before anyone tries to pull the "he was just a teen" card, let's be real. Being underage doesn't magically erase how gross this behavior was. This wasn't some harmless teenage drama. These early red flags ended up connecting to way darker stuff later, like the tragic case of Celeste Rivas. Ingleezy didn't stop at Discord screenshots. He also dug up receipts from David's own social media stories. One that really sticks out, a 2023 Instagram story where David apparently thought it was hilarious to post about wanting single moms of 3 to slide into his DMs. Yeah, classy. On the surface, maybe he's just joking, but Ingleezy wasn't buying it. He saw it as a weird little distraction tactic, like David was trying to cover up what was actually going on behind the scenes. Then there's the whole number 13 thing. David was obsessed with dropping it everywhere like some wannabe evil mastermind. At the time, most people probably shrugged it off, but Ingleezy called it endless proof that should have raised eyebrows way earlier. And then when everyone learned Celeste was 13, yeah, suddenly those creepy little references didn't look like random numbers anymore. They looked straight up disturbing. But despite all of this, tweets, Discord chats, even TikToks, Ingleezy said nobody wanted to hear it. He wasn't just ignored, he was mocked, brushed off, and in some cases even silenced. According to him, David's friends and legal team were actively working to shut him down whenever he tried to raise these red flags.
Why was I promoting a song in 2024 and 2025 that I had with David? It's because the claims that I had in 2023 were, put on hold. It's as if they didn't exist. I had no idea. I was told that they were false by David and his legal team. So after the whole situation happened, I actually felt bad for, spreading misinformation. I thought it was all fake. Obviously, with the stuff that's happened in the past 24 hours, I realized that, they're now real, and some people have come out to me and told me that, it was true.
According to Ingleezy, this wasn't just about one or two sketchy moments. He claimed he had endless proof going all the way back to 2023, and he kept saying the same thing over and over. This information needed to be brought to light. He was basically waving a giant red flag, but hardly anyone wanted to look. Fast forward to when the news broke that the victim was Celeste Rivas. Suddenly, people started digging through old posts and screenshots, and Ingleezy's name came back up. His tweets, his Discord receipts, even little comments he made at the time, they all started getting recirculated. And that's when the criticism hit him. Some people accused him of clout chasing, saying if he knew something back then, why didn't he speak up forcefully? But from Ingleezy's side, he said that wasn't fair. He'd been trying to speak up for years, but the problem was he kept getting ignored, silenced, or flat out dismissed. And with David's legal team and inner circle ready to shut things down, it's not like like he had the power to fight that machine on his own.
He hated me. He has me blocked on Twitter right now, and he's blocked me within the past 24 hours because I was not blocked prior to, everything happening.
At one point, he even made a public statement saying he wouldn't be associating with David anymore after finding out what was really going on. He called David's actions disgusting and made it clear he was done. But later he deleted that tweet because it only ended up confusing people. He later explained that the truth was a little more complicated. Inglesi actually had his suspicions way back in 2023. He'd seen red flags, heard things, even tried to call it out. But at the time, most of what he said got brushed aside or ignored. And to make it worse, David himself personally reached out to him in 2023 to shut it all down. He told Inglesi straight up that the accusations weren't true, and because nothing really came of those early claims, Inglesi started second guessing himself. He didn't press harder, he didn't push it further. At some point, a clip surfaced of Inglesi admitting that back in 2023, every attempt he made to call David out got blocked. He said it wasn't just random trolls shutting him down, it was David's own circle. His legal team, his close friends, they were all working overtime to keep these things under wraps. And because of that, Inglesi admitted he carries guilt for not pushing harder, for not speaking up in a way that stuck. He later broke it all down in a TikTok video directly addressing the criticism people were throwing at him. In the video, he explained that since 2023, he had been posting warnings about David on Twitter and Instagram, but every time he tried, his posts either got taken down, hidden, or buried. And he believed it wasn't just platform moderation doing that. It was also pressure from David's legal team and inner circle who were trying to silence him and protect David's image. According to Inglesi, he actually had screenshots, photos, and messages saved from that time. But the problem was, the receipts he had weren't enough to sway the public. They were mostly Discord conversations and social media posts. No hard, undeniable evidence. And without something concrete, people brushed him off. They didn't take him seriously. Inglesi kept stressing that this wasn't some last minute thing. He'd been trying to get the word out for years. Behind that confidence, he admitted he was carrying a lot of guilt. He said he knew something was off. He felt it, but he couldn't stop it from happening. And after Celeste's that guilt hit him even harder. He swore up and down that he genuinely tried to warn people, but it just didn't play out the way he hoped. He said straight up he regretted how it all turned out. One detail that changes the whole picture is Inglesi's age. Back in 2023, he was only 16. That alone explains a lot about why his attempts to expose David never really went anywhere. He wasn't just a minor, he was also living outside the US in Egypt.
And also, I just want to add that I live in Egypt. I don't live in the US. I can't go to NYPD. I can't go to LAPD. I can't get in touch with the FBI. The stuff that I had was just Discord messages, I didn't have any solid evidence that he did it. But now obviously looking at it, it makes sense. So I just wanted to clear it up because a lot of people think I'm doing it for clout and I'm doing it for this and I'm doing it for that. I'm just doing it because I felt the time was right and I've been sitting on this information and I'm just glad it's out now.
So even if he wanted to report David to American authorities, he had no clear way to do it. Sure, technically the FBI had an online tip form and they've got legal attaches and embassies abroad, but let's be real, what teenager is going to know how to navigate that system? And even if he had tried, imagine being a 16-year-old non-citizen saying, hey, I've got Discord screenshots of this famous guy, please investigate. The chances of that being taken seriously were slim to none.
I also want y'all to know that I was 16, I was a kid, I was scared, I didn't want any legal things to happen, I didn't want my family to get involved, I was a 16-year-old kid, I was petrified.
It's not just Inglesi though. Now even Celeste's own teacher is speaking out. According to him, Celeste actually ran away to Hollywood with David once in early 2024. The police eventually found her and brought her back to school, but then she disappeared again in May 2024. After that, the teacher didn't hear anything until the tragic news of her death broke.
My classroom. I can't see you. Hold up. That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up. I got another one.
He's been sharing this story with his current students as a serious warning about the dangers of meeting people online. He also mentioned that Celeste was frequently absent from school and that he didn't know much about her home life, which made the situation even more concerning.
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story. She disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, that they were like blackmailing him, all of this stuff. And then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media. Let me tell you another story. Another story.
The teacher also noted that another student in his classroom had been photographed exchanging items with David, suggesting that his connection with students from the school might have been broader than just Celeste.
I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
As if things couldn't get worse, a live stream of David recently resurfaced from January 2024, and it's raising a lot of eyebrows. What makes it worse is that Celeste was actually in the stream, and at the time she was just 13 while David was 18. Fans watching the live stream seemed to already know how young she was, and some of the comments were really dark. People were joking about her being underage, even making references to Epstein Island.
Yo, wait! Pray for his career chat. Are we done? Are we?
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs?
And apparently David noticed. During the stream, he even told the moderators to delete it, saying it needed to be taken down.
And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too. Can we delete everything? You done for, bro? Y'all are not done? Now you gonna Epstein? Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, bro, thank you, Mitochondria. Appreciate you.
I gotta sign with him if you even.
Things just got even weirder with David after an unreleased track called Celeste popped up online. Fans immediately started picking apart the lyrics, and yeah, they're raising some serious questions. There's a line that goes something like, "The girl with my name tattooed on her chest." Naturally, people are connecting that to Celeste Revis Hernandez, and it's giving off a really creepy vibe considering everything we know now. But it doesn't stop there. Apparently, both Celeste and David had matching tattoos on their right index fingers that just said, "Shh." The combination of the song, the lyrics, and the tattoos has a lot of fans really spooked, and it's fueling a lot of speculation online about the nature of their relationship. So here's where things get even more complicated. Celeste was actually living with David in LA for a time. Remember, she had run away from home, so technically she had nowhere else to go. She was a missing teenager and yet somehow ended up staying at his place. Now, David's house itself is an interesting detail. It's rented out by his manager, so it's not even clear if the manager lived there with him or if David was just crashing there solo. But one thing is obvious, this wasn't an empty, quiet setup. His house saw a lot of people coming and going. Other streamers, friends, collaborators, streamers like Sakura and Jason Deween have been spotted there. It was clearly a social hub, not some private isolated spot. So the question is, where was Celeste during all of this? Did the people coming in and out even know she was there? Because there's footage of David's own brother taking Celeste backstage at events, so it wasn't like she was hidden away. His family was aware she was around, and let's be clear, this isn't a story about dating, this was grooming, which raises another question. What responsibility do the people around him have? If his friends, collaborators, and family knew there was a minor in this environment and didn't act, that's a huge problem. Speaking of Jason Deween, he actually initially came to David's defense when the allegations first popped up. He suggested that maybe David had been framed, which at the time a lot of fans took seriously.
Honestly, this is good for David. It's a lot of publicity for him. So when he gets proven innocent, he's just gonna keep going crazy. Facts or not? Yo, Raja, thank you for the 5 gifted. How does that make me this shit's viral? He didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro. Because I was still going to listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
He didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No. You think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
No way. I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
I think it's like almost obviously not him. But what's weird is that Crocs dropped him.
Yeah, why would they do that?
That's weird.
Yeah, and Hollister. Like what?
But as new evidence started coming out, Jason completely changed his stance. He made it clear that he does not condone what David is accused of. In a live stream, he explained that he wasn't really close to David. He only collaborated with him once on a song and had shared a single dinner. He also pointed out that the Celeste he had met before was not the same Celeste involved in this investigation. He called the whole situation wicked and unbelievable, admitting it's been hard to wrap his head around everything that's come out.
I feel like I need to speak on this, okay? Be serious for a minute, because the narrative that's been spun on Twitter. First off, I want to retract my statement. Obviously, the other day, I was defending David before all the new evidence came out. I do not condone anything that David has done or is doing, okay? That is wicked and it's just unbelievable. It's been a lot to process. And one more thing, I want to say, the girl that I met named Celeste at the FaZe house is not the same Celeste.
Since then, Jason has fully distanced himself. He unfollowed David on social media and severed all ties, making it clear he doesn't want to be associated with the controversy. It's a pretty big turnaround from his initial reaction, but it shows how serious things have gotten and even how people in David's circle are starting to reckon with what's happening. There was also Ludwig, who only found out who David was after collaborating with Jason the Ween. Before that, he thought David was just some minor player in the scene.
I didn't know he existed until he made a song with Jason the Ween. I thought he was a sidekick to Jason the Ween. Turns out he was a bigger artist. I didn't know about that.
He didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro. Because I was still going to listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
He didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No. You think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer? Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out?
Can't rule him out.
No way.
I don't know if
Like,
it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla though?
Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I
'Cause
don't
how
think
do you
it's
steal
him.
a Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
No,
But also,
I
how
don't
do
think
you
it's him
steal a
either.
Tesla?
I think it's like almost obviously not him. But what's weird is that Crocs dropped him.
Yeah, why would they do that?
That's weird.
Yeah, and Hollister. Like, what would they do that?
In my defense, at the time, there was a news story that was like dead body, and they didn't know the identity of the person who was dead. We didn't know that. It was a public info. It said dead body found in David's car. His car was stolen. That's all that was known. Now it turns out that the person who died, Celeste, rest in peace, not only knew him, they had matching tattoos, and he might have kidnapped her from her parents' home. She was also 11 when they met, and I think he was 18.
During one of his early streams talking about the controversy, Ludwig would make a dark joke about David being a murderer, but he quickly clarified that he didn't actually think David would be that reckless. It was more offhand than serious, but of course, given everything coming out now, it landed differently in hindsight.
On hindsight, I regret joking so carelessly about the situation. I just genuinely thought, okay, hold up. I just genuinely thought there's no human on earth so dumb that they would murder someone and then leave the body of the person they murdered in their own car. I didn't think there could be a human that dumb on earth.
On the business side of things, Ludwig noted that brands like Crocs and Hollister dropping David was a smart move, given the seriousness of the allegations. He also mentioned that the police had raided David's house and collected evidence, but he was careful to remind viewers that no arrest had been made yet, and proving something like murder is complicated and takes time.
Good decision by both. I was thinking that was a good decision by both. Really respect the decision by Crocs and Hollister. Thought that was smart of them.
XQC weighed in on the situation as well. His reaction summed up a lot of what people were thinking. He pointed out that Discord messages and social media posts suggested multiple people were aware of what was going on with Celeste, but nobody reported it. He said that was both shocking and really troubling.
I'm gonna just drop one with the missing girl. Yo, how does Discord full of people know about somebody missing and somebody being with somebody and nobody says it or does anything? Explain this to me. I don't understand it. How does that even happen? That's outrageous.
Throughout his stream, XQC kept circling back to the bigger picture. The fact that so many people seemed to know something was off but didn't do anything. He framed that inaction as part of the problem, like the whole situation got worse because people stayed silent.
You say friends from school. This is tagging at everyone. It's not like some one person. That's awful. Like, these people know that somebody is missing and they, like, 1, 2, 3. There's at least 5 people in this Discord. There's probably, I mean, I'm guessing there's probably dozens, no? Guys, I'm confused. Why nobody do anything? Dude, these people are talking to a known underage, dating a adult, brother. These people are talking to a underage person knowingly that they're underage. Like, knowing that they're dating a adult. This is weird. What is wrong with it, bro? And you know what I say, dude, don't blame these guys. Bro, I will say my business always about this. You can always blame people that don't do shit around because, bro, they're part of the problem, man. Bro, they see a crime happening for them, they don't do nothing about it. Forget about it, this is awful.
Need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about? In order for shit to get better. And he one of them. I ain't gonna lie to you, he one of them, man.
Alleged of David paying off Celeste's friend in California to not expose him. What? Okay, is this just speculation or what? I mean, I'm confused. This could be a random guy, like... What the fuck is the source on this? Comments. Read the comments from 8 days ago confirm that David did pay off children. This guy's a pedophile from what I've heard. My sister is now in 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader. She would go on his trips to him to LA. They're all in 9th grade, and now it turns out his friend knew he would pay them to keep them mouth shut. See, he's been missing for over a month now. No one knows what whereabouts. But I mean, this guys, I hate Reddit comments. I hate Reddit comments. First reply. This is it. I'm calling the CEOs of Discord, Steam, Twitch, Reddit, testify on oversight committee. Okay, we said this. The politically motivated assassin of a tragic claimed the life of a husband father in the wake of the tragedy and amid other acts of political motivated violence. Congress has a duty to oversee online platforms. Radicals advance political violence. Prevent future radicalism and violence. The CEOs of Discord. Okay, he's just saying nothing. It's the same thing we just already. He said the titles 3 times in a row. A young girl can be seen in Twitch clips of David wearing the same Gap jacket.
Yeah, that's it, water. It's in water. It's in water. It's in water.
Wow, you look good.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
W's in the chat, man.
What do you think so much about this? I mean, I find it to be interesting. How is this not fascinating to you? Not fascinating. It's somebody that was close enough in vicinity to be around a lot of creators, around a lot of people that walk among us who just fucking does some like heinous, possibly heinous shit, possibly allegedly, according to these reports. Okay. Checking the VOD full face.
You are watching another episode
thank
of
God,
Detective
bro, 'cause I was still gonna listen to his music. I was just
Master
worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
No, listen, he didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No. And I'm gonna perform. We're gonna perform on the
old clip. Okay.
David.
In the ween.
Let me do it. I'll make it. So
period.
You think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out?
Can't rule him out.
Damn. No way. No.
You know what I did think was incredibly soft? I don't know if it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla though?
Huh? Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I don't
how
think
do you
it's
steal
him.
a Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
No,
but also,
I don't think it's him either. I think it's like almost.
Yeah, but you need to also understand though. What I said last time is the same thing. Is not only was the car parked in a place where it shouldn't be at for long enough time for people to notice, report it, and then the police pick it up, and then put it at or whatever tow it and put it at impound, and then being transported, and then for people to start noticing the smell so badly. I don't want to be weird and crass, but body was in the trunk or like in the bag or something like that, right? And it had been enough time where the smell was getting fucking all that, and then it was bad enough for people to notice and complain and take action about it. That's like, it opens the timeline to much wider than just a couple days of no, it's not like that. There's at least 3+ days from the beginning. So we're talking about possibly a week, possibly weeks. Like what? To say that this is not like a good argument is stupid.
about the David situation, and a lot of you guys may know that I used to be friends with David. And a lot of you guys have seen the stuff I put on Twitter and Instagram trying to expose him, because there was some stuff that I knew since 2023 that I have tried to make public, but you know, it's been shut down by legal team, you know, just people, friends, close friends of David. It's been shut down. They tried to, you know, I tried to post it on Twitter, they removed it. So as you can see here, I've attached some photos just of some of the stuff that's happened. There's way more, and I do hope that hopefully it comes to light. You know, I'm working with some people right now to hopefully, you know, get.
What did Omi say? What did Omi say? User Omi. What about it? He says, at David's house, you want to exclude an interview? Yo, me, you need to fucking back off of my dick. Yo, this is the fucking Sherlock Holmes segment that I do sometimes. We rarely get the debunker. Yo, we rarely get debunker segment, and you're gonna be a hit. That's crazy. People love the debunker.
And, you know,
Jesus Christ, man.
Disgusting.
Fuck you.
And I just want to say that I feel guilty for, you know, knowing this, and I swear to God on everything, I try my best to get it out. I've been trying since 2023. Y'all can see the proof. I've put the proof on Twitter, Instagram, you know, y'all saw it. I tried my best. I've been trying, and you know, it just didn't work. And I'm so glad, because you know, everything happens for a reason. The truth will come to light. Everything happens for a reason.
Wait, this is just happening. What do you mean I try to put the information out there? Buddy, just put it out there. Fucking about what law or whatever removes them from posting the information?
This dude David had, you know, ignored me multiple times. He would only get answer the messages from his underage fans. So you know, it all comes back to him. So I'm so glad that obviously this is being exposed, and yeah, that's it.
After the allegations started spreading, fans and accusers began digging through David's discography and visuals with fresh eyes. Suddenly, lines and imagery that might have seemed harmless before started looking, well, pretty chilling. People pointed out songs where he rapped about being untouchable, keeping secrets, or never being caught. At the time, it probably just felt like typical edgy rap flexing, but once the accusations of grooming and inappropriate behavior came to light, those same lyrics took on a whole new, darker vibe. His videos also came under scrutiny. Viewers flagged recurring shots of young-looking women and unsettling metaphors about control, secrecy, and silence. Nothing was an outright smoking gun, but fans started connecting the dots, framing it as this hidden in plain sight kind of messaging that some artists leave behind. One example that really got attention was a scene in his music video from One More Dance, where he's shown dumping a body in the back of a car. People couldn't help but draw parallels to Celeste's real-life tragedy. Again, it's not proof on its own, but in context with everything else surfacing, fans couldn't ignore how unsettling it all looked. Surprisingly enough, David actually got his start as a Fortnite YouTuber. From 2017 to 2021, he was uploading gameplay videos, montages, the whole deal, basically trying to make it big in the YouTube gaming world. But like a lot of creators, he ran into a massive roadblock: copyright strikes. Every time he used music in his videos, it got flagged, and that made monetizing his content nearly impossible.
She said, we'll see at the other side, pulling for another ride, baby. We can try, we'll never fucking lie, baby.
Frustrated and honestly a little emotional, he called his mom for advice, and she gave him one simple tip that would completely change everything. Just make your own music so you don't get copyright claims. At the time, it was just a practical solution to a technical problem, but little did he know, it was the start of his music career. And here's the thing, he didn't have any serious music training. Sure, he'd sung in a church choir as a teen and played a few instruments here and there, but he'd never actually composed or produced his own songs, and yet he dove into it, learning as he went. That pivot from gaming to music ended up being huge. What started as a frustration with YouTube copyright suddenly became the launchpad for his rise in the music world. Once David started making music, things blew up way faster than anyone expected. TikTok and Twitter became his rocket boosters. His songs were short, catchy, and totally TikTok ready, which made them perfect for clips, trends, duets, and all the viral edits that the platform thrives on. Plus, he already had a gaming audience from his Fortnite days, so he had a built-in fan base ready to push his music. Before long, his tracks were were everywhere, soundtracking everything from Fortnite montages to random TikTok dances. It wasn't long before this online virality turned into real-world opportunities. Within a year or two, he was opening for huge artists like SZA. Pretty insane for someone who basically started making music just to dodge copyright strikes. His rise was basically meteoric. A kid who couldn't make money off YouTube gameplay was suddenly on the verge of mainstream stardom. And it didn't stop at TikTok. His songs got placed in big name shows like Invincible and the Emmy-winning Arcane, which gave him credibility beyond just viral internet fame. He even partnered with Fortnite directly, getting his music featured in-game and showing up at events, which kept him connected to the gaming world that first made him popular. There were even whispers about collaborations with major films, suggesting he was about to cross over into traditional pop culture. At this point, David wasn't just an internet sensation, he was a multi-platform artist with a foot in both music and gaming worlds. Then everything fell apart almost overnight. Public opinion flipped after news broke about a young girl's body being found in his Tesla. Brands like Croc and Hollister cut ties almost instantly, and social media exploded with outrage across TikTok, Twitter, and Discord. The story went from rising star to possible criminal in a matter of days. David canceled the rest of his tour, which he'd been running since August, and his momentum, years of carefully building an audience, vanished practically overnight.